Society tells young men that the deep and real aggression that they feel inside of them is purely negative, that they should kill that part of themselves. I'm here to tell you that that is a complete lie, a lie that will weaken and take away your power over time. The truth is, the aggression that we have as young men is necessary, and while society likes to emphasize the potential, not even the actual, the potential negative aspects of it, when it's wielded correctly, it's an absolute force for our well-being, for stepping into a little bit of that masculine greatness. The first mental reframe that you need to understand is that aggression does not have a negative connotation. It's a neutral term for heightened emotions. Typically, you would associate aggression with anger, but heartbreak, for example, is also a form of aggression. It's just aggressive in sadness. And as you continue to go through these emotions, they tend to leave emotional scars that mature us, especially since we are young men that are looking to find our place in the world. But it's in this cycle where you can transform your emotions into a powerful weapon that will elevate your life to levels you never thought you could reach. And it's time you take advantage of that. I'm sure most of you can relate to this. Have you ever gotten so angry, you've gotten so sad, or even so inspired that you had to go out and physically do something about it? For anger, we might channel that energy into lifting weights at the gym. For sadness, we'll almost do anything just to keep our minds off of it. And for inspiration, we'll be so intensely focused on whatever task is in front of us. But the magic in everything I just illustrated, something that you might have not realized just yet, is that in all of these scenarios, you have transformed your emotions into action. Let me say that one more time. You have transformed your emotions into action. In other words, you are able to translate all the different sides of you, both positive and negative, into forces of productivity, of concentrated effort. The reason why this is so insanely powerful and why I personally am a huge advocate for it is because concentrated aggression is an amplifier for accountability, for discipline, for becoming a competitive / assertive person, for building momentum in your life so that you don't stay the loser that you are right now. Jordan Peterson actually has a very interesting take on this relative to utilizing your dark sides.
Part of the reason that people go watch anti-heroes and villains is because there's a part of them crying out for the incorporation of the monster within them, which is what gives them strength of character and self-respect, because it's impossible to respect yourself until you grow teeth. And if you grow teeth, then you realize that you're somewhat dangerous, or maybe somewhat seriously dangerous, and then you might be more willing to demand that you treat yourself with respect and other people do the same thing.
That monster Jordan Peterson speaks of can be interpreted as our aggression, and it's that same aggression that can make you a dangerous person. In other words, a person capable of executing no matter the circumstance. Someone who is capable of doing what needs to be done and will get it done in one way or another. Because you will throttle that anger, that sadness, or whatever it is that you feel into the action that needs to be taken so that there is a step forward. A straightforward example of this is when you're at the gym and you're looking for excuses not to do your workout. Allow yourself to be angry at yourself because you know you are a disappointment at that moment. That's unacceptable. Take it to the extreme. And suddenly you'll find yourself at the end of your workout having conquered your weak mind. Now apply that to any endeavor, any good habit or routine, any goal that you might have, and imagine how much you'd be accomplishing right now. The best almost side effect of going through this process again and again is that the self-respect you have for yourself is going to continue to grow. Your standards and your expectations of yourself will rise, which in turn is going to develop you into a higher and higher quality person. Your aggression essentially becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy for actualizing the best versions of yourself. Now, one aspect that I want to zoom in on is how your aggression is an amplifier for accountability. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it's this: the actionable of using self-imposed punishment to your advantage. Let's say you do miss a workout or a habit or whatever it is because you gave in to your excuses. Then you must assign yourself an equivalent alternative that day, or double/triple up on top of what was already missed the next. There should be no space in your mindset for, oh, I'm gonna catch up next time, or the whole, it's okay if I miss 1 or 2 days. That's unacceptable, and you know that because you're better than that. One of my bad habits that I'm really trying to kill right now is checking the YouTube analytics on my phone way too often. So every time that I do that now, it's a hard 30 slow and burning push-ups for me. And I let myself get fully disappointed and aggravated about it too. But even in that punishment that I'm imposing upon myself, I am building my physique. By the way, your punishments should want to make you make sure that you don't miss a day or give in to your excuses. Otherwise, this is just a fucking waste of time. But anyways, the punishments that you might give yourself relative to the task that you failed could be reading a relevant book for an extra hour, working on your side business or your craft for another extra hour, and so forth and so on. And although these are self-imposed punishments that you probably won't want to do, they will benefit you whether you like it or not. That's the key. Do this, make this punishment system a non-negotiable in your day-to-day, and discipline, consistency, building positive momentum will cease to be an issue in your life. I hope this video was able to help reaffirm and reframe the aggression that you have as a young man towards elevating the quality of your life. One hack that helps immensely is having a circle of friends that calls you out constantly on every excuse that you could ever come up with. I have a roommate who does exactly that. We call each other out, and every time that we do, we get extremely competitive with each other, of course, in the best ways, and we execute completely and holistically until that excuse is written off and then some. The point being, you don't have to be a lone wolf in your aggression. It's always a plus to be running with other wolves. If you want, subscribe, join our pack of wolves. And to those of us that look to focus our aggression in order to better our lives, it's time to skyrocket.